Welcome back. It is time to evaluate the game jam. This week's theme was Can't Stop. We have, I believe, 7 or 8 submissions that we're going to go through. I do just want to remind everyone we have game jams every week. You can compete if you'd like. All you need to do is join Code LI. The URL is Code LI. You can actually just do kidOYO.org and you can get there, or visit kidOYO and check out the kidOYO passport. Link should be down below. You get access to this as well as live sessions, courses, and a whole lot more. I will also point out we have live events all the time. We have 3 tomorrow. You can see them on the side here. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. And I just want to show everyone, for competing in the game jam, just for competing, you get this cool badge that is kind of one time only. And of course, we always have winners. So, jumping into it, let's start out with, I'm going to make sure I'm not missing anyone. See all solutions. Oh, okay. There we go. We're going to start out with Hello's submission. They submitted a wrong link before. That's what you saw at the bottom. So it looks like we have a hatch submission for the theme. Can't Stop. I'm going to go full screen on this one. Let's see what we got. Okay, answer 2 questions before the meteor hits. But what if I do stop? What if I don't play the game?
It's a good thing to test.
It's a good thing to test. I'm going to test it. We need 2 questions, right? I think I saw a YouTube video. It's like, maybe it was Veritasum. It was, why is this the hardest problem to solve ever? And it was like 3x plus 1. And I don't know what's on the other side of that equation.
That was a cool video.
Oh yeah,
I didn't watch it yet.
Cool video.
I'm going to have to watch it. Man, have we hit? Has the meteor hit Earth yet?
It's almost there.
Oh, the meteor hit.
And
I guess Earth stopped. Yeah. Earth stopped. All right, let's play this again. Let's see what happens when we do math. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is not 23. 3. Correct. You stopped the meteor. The meteor's still going. Okay, there we go. We stopped the meteor. I guess we vaporized it in some way. All right. What does everyone think?
I am sorely disappointed that Earth did not explode when we didn't stop the meteor.
That's a pretty bleak look at things, at the world, I guess. Yeah. So I actually thought the theme was very, Can't Stop is a very vague, broad-based theme. There's a lot you could do with it. I thought this was a cool theme. I feel like there's a lot of movies based around this premise. And who knows, sometime in the future, this may be reality. I don't know if we'll be solving math equations, or at least not such simple ones, but I like the idea. Things that could have been improved, I think, were exactly what was said. An explosion animation after the meteor hit the Earth would have been good. You can just broadcast a message out and have it trigger an animation. I think more questions would have been good, or more tasks would have improved this game. Otherwise,
what I would have actually liked to see is a possible randomization of the questions that you're delivered, so that you can add some replayability. Something like you might take a random number. For example, you grab 30. You grab a number less than 30 and subtract it from 30 to get the 2 numbers that added up, and then you present the user with that. You could make it so that, you could generate simple formulas for the user to complete, could add to maybe some difficulty. I would say that right now, the asteroid takes a very long time to reach its target. Either speeding that up or adding enough questions that brings it down to the line could make it a lot more of a intense experience for the user, where they feel like they're really against the time.
Speaking of things being down to the line, I would have liked to see either the answer box or the questions be moved around a bit so that they were easier to see. I noticed that the question almost was nearly behind the answer box.
Yeah, so you can either I can't remember if you can move the answer box. I feel like you can. We'll test that out real quick. I'll go full screen so we don't expose the code too long. But if not, you can also just move the other things so that they're not where the answer box is. Yeah, I don't know if you can move the answer box and hatch, but you can move the earth up so that you can see the earth. So yeah, definitely some ways this can be improved, but I really like the take on the theme with this kind of time-based quiz game where you can't stop or else the earth will explode. So that was Hello's submission. Next, it's time for Izzy D. For my project for the theme Can't Stop, I chose to create a short musical piece in Scratch representing what generally comes to mind when I think of the theme. It's a little laughable, I'll admit, so let's see. I don't know if it's self-deprecation or we went with humor on this one. I hope the music's not too loud. We're going to see. I have my tab muted. I'm not getting sound myself. Let me see if I can reroute this. So I can't hear any music at the moment. I'm not sure if that's because of my streaming setup at the moment. Let's see. Gonna read this comment. It looks like it should be playing. I'm not getting any music. Do you guys hear it?
We cannot. No.
Oh, I can't. No.
Yeah, so unless something's playing in the stream that somehow I just set something up right and I can't hear it, you know what? I'm gonna go full screen again. I'm gonna just double check my mixer, make sure that it is outputting properly. I might have dropped the volume on Chrome because it can often be real loud when people have music in there. And I don't even see Chrome in the mixer. All right, so we might have to revisit this, or I might show it in a later stream date, just in case. I am just ignoring something, make sure that we get to show the work that was done, but this will definitely be evaluated at some point. So I'm going to come back to that if we have enough time today or at another date. And I'll continue going through. So this solution is by Hi Sad Cats. These two symbols right here, if anyone didn't know, those are called pipes. And let's go full screen. Okay.
Oh, wow.
How do I play? Oh, what?
It
Oh,
looks
hold on.
like you can't stop if you stop momentum.
Oh, I
Yeah.
click.
You might
Oh,
hold.
so it's
try
like-
holding down.
Oh, this is cool.
Oh yeah.
Holding doesn't work.
Holding doesn't work. Oh, it looks like it's because you have a fuel source, maybe.
I think that the bar is if you.
Oh, so I move towards the mouse.
Oh, it's your speed. Yeah, if it gets too low.
Yeah.
I see.
One thing to note, I think the bar should have been done so that it doesn't fall below. It lives above the
Yeah.
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 That would be super.
Okay.
So the red is obstacles.
You can't touch red.
This is a very interesting concept.
This is a really
Yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah.
Average speed 92.94 undescribable units per time.
Yeah, very, very cool. The only thing I really would have of note is creating a bit of an end user experience where they can see the speed maybe represented in a bit of a better way. But honestly, I really like the implementation of the can't stop concept. In fact, this is honestly one of the concepts I had thought of myself as like a can't get too low on speed. So I'm really glad to see a really, really well-made implementation of that.
I'm wondering why I end up dying at these times.
I think
Or
your
am
speed
I dying?
gets
Is
too
it just
low.
jolted?
Well, you
Is it
reach
too
the
low?
top of
'Cause,
your
like-
arc, and when you reach the top of an arc that goes straight up, you have to reach like 0 speed to turn the other way.
I think some more levels would have been cool, but this is a very cool concept nonetheless.
Yeah, as like a game concept, maybe like just as a proof of concept for a game, or even as like a small standalone game, this is a really cool idea.
And still to keep it in context of being a game jam, very, very impressive in the time provided.
Yeah, this is in a week. Yeah, I think this is really cool. Little thing would be like make this on a higher layer than the rest, just so it's always visible. Adding more levels, obviously, you could probably tackle
how to
pretty
play.
simply. What was that?
I would have liked how to play because you can't really tell how to. It doesn't tell you how to play. Unless it says
Yeah, well,
in patch
that could also
description.
be me because I didn't. Let's see, I didn't actually view their page, and yeah, see, they have it here. I
Oh, it
just
does,
didn't look
okay.
at it. Yeah, so there is a how to play, so they got that covered, tackled that pretty good.
No.
One thing maybe might be like change the ball a bit, so maybe it has an arrow, so you can see where your velocity is directed.
That would be very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that could be executed real simply with a point towards mouse pointer. Well, no, that would show you where you're going to move next. Velocity would be actually a bit more trigonometry. You'd have to do a good amount of trig for that.
Yeah.
But nothing terribly hard. All right, pretty good. Any other comments people wanted to make?
No. Very, very impressive. Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I was doing this so weird before because I was clicking on my trackpad but using my mouse to aim it as opposed to just like using my mouse. But that's because I have a lefty mouse.
That's very confusing that you would attempt that.
I wasn't thinking. I'm talking and playing a
can see
game that I
that.
don't understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can't stop to think.
Yeah. So
There you go.
there's
He couldn't
levels.
stop.
Real quick, I'm just going to. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. I am going to copy that link address, and I'm going to throw it to you guys. Let me know if you guys hear some sound, and I'm just. I have an audio issue I need to figure out before we're done. If the link doesn't work for you, just trim off that end URL piece.
Yep, it works for me.
Yeah, I can hear something.
Okay, so I'm going to come back to that in just a second. I'll have that open in a new tab and work on it while we're playing through some of these games. Next, we have Fun Team IO, and this individual, if I'm not mistaken, has made some real good games in previous game jams. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into this now.
I believe, were they a group?
Oh, did they become a group?
I'm unsure, but I remember someone originally talking about them possibly being a group.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and
Fun Team,
visit that. I'm gonna go ahead and visit that comment. So someone, oh, was that in Discord or was that on the wall? That was in Discord. So someone had asked, can you form teams for the game jam? Which I think we said we'd allow. It's just it'd be hard to coordinate, but if you could do it, absolutely.
Yeah,
That was in the kidOYO Discord. Oh, before we jump into this, something tells me this is going to be pretty good, and I should probably take a look at any directions if they have them. They don't. Okay, never mind. So, first critique, directions. But we'll see. Maybe they're in the game themselves. Yeah, maybe they're in the game itself. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So this is going to end up being like the... Oh, I'm not good at this. Where am I? This is going to be like the Dinosaur Runner game. I was having a hard time detecting obstacles.
Geometry Dash.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
yeah. It's like Geometry Dash and like
Do the
like I said, the
rockets hurt
dinosaur
me?
game.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's good. So I can jump on top, and I'm uninjured. Wow, what they're doing. Does anyone see what they're doing with the word "can't stop"? I'm gonna replay that real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's not only is it's warped. it
Yeah,
warps
it
as
warps
it
as it goes.
spins.
Oh wow.
This is a very cool, faithful recreation of Geometry Dash. I'm not exactly sure how much of the game the team themselves created, but if this is all authentically reproduced, that is very, very impressive to be able to
I'm
patch.
Yeah.
so that's the home screen, quote unquote.
Yeah. Which is
Nice.
very, very cool.
That is very impressive.
Yeah, maybe they went. I wouldn't. Maybe they had their tutorial informed.
I also
know,
and
see they have some like parallax scrolling in the back.
Yep.
One thing I did notice is it looks like the terrain is not generated like randomly each time. I don't know if maybe they have terrain blocks that they set so that it could be infinite, or maybe it just isn't infinite. Maybe there's
Well,
an
Geometry Dash itself isn't infinite. They're like level based.
Yeah.
True, yeah. I was thinking more of it on a dinosaur game.
Yeah, the
Style.
first two like sections seem to be the same every time.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, you see that. Like,
Oh, but I
windmill and
can't.
those, like,
I have to do
weird
this
things.
differently because of the windmill. I was turning off my air conditioner, so I wasn't playing very well. Not that it's about to get better, everyone.
I was hoping.
The windmill's a little hard to distinguish. Oh,
Yeah,
Wow.
the background has badges.
Oh yeah, these are
Yes.
bad. It's
This
a
is
little
incredible.
glitchy, but I think that's
Oh,
because
does it suck you in? Wait, let's see.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
It allows you.
Okay.
Oh, that's actually kind of
Oh,
cool.
it speeds up. It's sped up.
Interesting. I thought it was going to do the Geometry Dash thing where it sucks you in.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
yeah. Behind behind there are all the different badges. I wonder if that's
That
sort
is
of
the
like
first time I've seen anyone in the Game Jam submission actually utilize custom like spread art for the numbers instead of using the variable display in the top left.
Yeah, and that's not super simple to do.
Exactly. Yeah, that creates a whole function of complication on its own.
If you look at those like buildings in the first section, they're not the same like level as the badge. It like the badge moves faster than the buildings, and that's really
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
It is
parallax
scrolling.
scrolling.
parallax.
yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's running like I won't make any excuses for my bad gaming. It's bad, but it is glitching a little bit. I'm sometimes like Hatch isn't the greatest for too many things happening at once, but I think it's just because of all the things I have going right now between the stream and the Zoom call and obviously the game. But yeah, I think this is really cool. Even if it's done with a tutorial, very well done. I think I'd really like to see this individual or team. I'd really like to see them implement maybe a leaderboard using those cloud variables if they have access to them.
Something I just thought of. This game might also have music, considering it is a Geometry Dash replica in a lot of ways. So we might not be
Which-
able to hear that on the stream.
Yeah.
I'm not
I am
necessarily
looking.
sure.
I am looking into my sound right now. Sound control panel. This isn't going to be it. I do have a way we can maybe overcome this issue if I can't rectify it right now for whatever reason. Chrome just isn't in my sound right now. I don't know why, but I might have one of you share your screen just so we can have the audio from that one individual. Make sure that we evaluate everybody's games. All right. So, any last critiques other than me being better at this before we end it? We look at the next game.
No,
I
very
would have
cool.
liked.
Yeah,
I would
it's
have liked
very
some
good.
more originality. It
Some
may
more
be
originality?
me being
Yeah, yeah.
harsh, but it is. It's a remake of Geometry Dash, and it's. I don't think they're trying to hide it either.
And-
The one little thing I did notice, the windmill really blends in.
Yeah, yeah. I want to take another look at that real quick. It does. It is. It should be a different color at the very least. If If I can get there. There we go. Yeah, it's hard to tell with all the white stuff in the background. Same thing with those little blue things. If they were like a dark... Oh, yeah. You know what? Even just reducing the saturation of things in the back or putting an overlay layer, like if you get like a transparent image and overlay it over the stuff in the background can sometimes help differentiate between stuff that's in the background and stuff that's in the foreground. A game like obviously like a game like Donkey Kong can often have very busy backgrounds that are easily distinguishable from what is in the foreground where you're actually playing. Overall, really good game. Should we compare it with Geometry Dash real quick? Or continue on? What do you guys think?
I think Geometry Dash is pretty well known.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and move on. Next we have, I believe we have someone in here with us right now, right? Yeah. So which of these links should I click?
The first one. The others are
Okay.
just other stuff if you would like it.
I think I remember. Uncaught to find. What happened? I didn't see that earlier. You might have messed around with something. Okay, how to play. You are the blue square and you have to get to the green square. You'll have to press keys to change which direction the character goes. Once you press a key, it will be added to a list of directories the character will attempt to move in. You will have limited keys that you can press, represented by these icons. All 4 directions. You will also have a limited amount of resets, which will be represented by this icon. It's this one. If it attempts to move into a wall block, you will not move. The list of keys will occur in the order which you press them. Back to menu, controls, WASD, R, and where's the extra key that I'm not paying attention to? No, just, there isn't any. Oh, space. Space and up arrow. Okay. Cool. So these levels, these are just like, oh, these are the levels you can play, right? Oh, I'm gonna run this
Yeah, you
again.
can play all of these levels.
And do you actually have this set up with a back end?
Yeah, Firebase
Or-
basically.
Yeah,
Just
with well, I guess just a database. But yeah, okay, interesting.
That's impressive.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Firebase can be painful sometimes. I'm pretty sure I saw you in the Discord complaining.
Yeah, it's a pain.
It has weird things, yeah. Oh man. I don't know what this code is for. I'm gonna be honest.
To log in.
The code is so that if you
okay.
rerun the game, if you played a bunch of levels and then you restart the game, you'll be able to log back in with that code and keep all your progress.
It's an interesting way to type it. I have to remember what I typed in. ZQUE. ZQUE. That's a very cool way to implement that without needing people's.
And also, I couldn't figure out how to do fonts.
credentials.
So all of those, every text here is just an image.
Mm.
So there's a lot of images that are loaded,
Oh, yeah.
but I couldn't figure out fonts with processing.
Ooh. I don't know if you'd run into any walls regarding running processing in Python Mini. Yeah, that'd be an interesting way to go through. I wouldn't have known. Looks good to me. So this is, I'm going to just mess up on purpose. So I press the right arrow key once. Okay, and I move all the way to the right wall. Press down. And then I move down. Okay. So let's try this again. So I press right. That's not going to be good for me. So what are these? I may have missed this in the directions because I was reading and not paying attention. What are the arrows representing here for?
So if they're at the top, that's the ones that you can still use. Like the ones at the top are the ones you can use. The ones at the left are the ones that are currently active.
Interesting. Okay, so I lost this level.
I get it.
Okay, so Yeah, so one critique I would have is just if you added like a color bar here, and it's like still left to use or something like that. Minor critique, but otherwise pretty solid. Okay, so I move all the way to the right when I press right, and then if I press left, it just goes to the left once. Is there like
So, in the directions it said it won't stop moving right when you press left. It'll do right and then left. So since
whoops.
well, like, and you don't have to wait until it goes all the way. You can press two keys at the same time. Is what you have to do for this level. If you press down and right,
Oh, okay.
go through the middle basically.
Interesting.
Had to hit it with a little bit of grace there.
And you also have to get some good timing for some of these levels.
Oh, and there's a bit of a lag, right?
You want to hit that one, yeah, as you hit the gray, yeah.
Yeah, that's one way of doing it.
Oh, whoops. Let's try that again.
So is there any point to like the blue squares around the edges?
I thought it looked cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to make a comment on that from the game dev perspective of having multiple things on the screen that look exactly like your player can be a little bit confusing.
Yeah, I probably should have changed the color of those, but
Yeah, I mean, it's not
I would
a big deal.
agree.
As a player, I cannot clearly tell. Just like on a game dev like perspective of it.
Yeah, because when I saw the blue squares, I almost expected there to be some sort of greater like at first, the first level, it was clear that the black is where you can move your square. But then when I saw the blue squares outside of that, I was like, well, how do I get to those? What sort of objective are they? So that is one thing. You might want to make it more clear that they're just decoration.
That reminds me of.
This is going to be one of those timing levels, isn't it?
That reminds me of.
actually not really. For this one, if you do like up and down at this, like if you do up and then down, then it'll, or down and then up in this case. So, and then go right, it'll do all of them because in a turn, it'll go up, down, right. So it'll get the green ones up and then it'll.
You're
So
kind of
it'll be
like
all
building a
four of them
loop. You're kind of like building.
Yeah, so it's a
things in loop.
sequence on the left-hand side?
Yeah, the left-hand side is the sequence.
Ah, that would be... Okay, that makes more sense.
And this is another reason, yeah.
I pressed the wrong key. Okay, so yeah, so I would say if I was to give a critique, it would be maybe just like the user interface, make it clarify kind of how it works. It would have helped if I paid attention when I read the directions, which I didn't. I was just reading them. But I think it's really cool. You're like sequentially or like progressively building out a loop, and then like for example, right here, I have right and up. So if I press left, it's not going to move continuously to the left. It's just going to move once to the left because the right arrow here and the left arrow here negate each other. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of reminds me of one of those Flash games I used to play in school, like from maybe coolmathgames.com or something like that.
Yeah. So it almost looks like you need to go down first.
And then I'm going to press space. Yeah.
Oh, so you can remove the ones in your
Yeah.
queue,
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't stop, except if you have a reset, then you can stop. So that's basically.
Very interesting. Okay, that's where I needed to use my stop key. All right, try that again. Now I need a stop key. Oh, that's space. Hit right, hit down, hit left. Let's use stop key again. I went too fast. Stop, right, down, stop, left. Very cool. How long did it take you to make this?
Like the base game took me a few days, and then like I wasn't working the entire time, but it took me like a few days, and then like all of these levels are just loaded in from Firebase, so I can change the levels and you wouldn't need to update the code or anything. Not that it's online, so it doesn't really matter. So then the levels I just been doing for the past few days, like the past 2 days or something, when I have time.
Oh, so did you say you stored the levels in Firebase?
Yes. So technically,
Nice.
like, yeah, this code doesn't need to be updated. Even if I want to add like more levels, well, it would need to update like for the level select screen, but otherwise you wouldn't really need to update this code
So you have some sort of like template on Firebase, almost like a matrix that it pulls down to create the levels, or
So it's a 2x2 grid that's uploaded to Firebase along with the player location and the list of allowed keys. Those are the 3 things that you upload.
Okay.
And then it'll just, like for the level select screen, it just does the first 12, whatever it has, it'll just do the first 12. It assumes that the grid is the first one, and then when it loads a level, it just goes to the whatever level, like whatever current level number you're on, then it'll go to that. And you can also change the order, and it wouldn't matter.
This is a
That's
timing
nice.
one, I
Something
think.
going.
Okay, so I think I need timing on this one. What? Oh, okay. I got
The
it.
reason is because it went down, right, and then it tried to go up. So
Uh,
Definitely has some challenge.
yeah, this is not the way I did it, but I mean, it seems to be working pretty well, or should be.
Ah,
And
there you go. Timing. All right.
These ones are pretty easy, but yeah.
Got that one. Did you say, what'd you call this?
No, this one, yeah, can see most of this one.
Oh, whoops.
This
Alright, I
one's a
think
bit
this
more
is less.
tricky, a bit trickier. Because you can't go for that one that's right next to you immediately. So that's why. It's a bit interesting.
that's really cool.
I think,
you.
yeah,
Very
this is a
cool.
very interesting game. Ooh.
Yeah, so this one you'd really, I mean, I just tested it by giving me a bunch of allowed keys and then completing the level and then figuring out which keys I didn't use. So there are many ways to do it, and there's probably way too many keys and way more keys than you actually need to complete it. But
Not when I do it. All
I
right.
think the key to solving it probably is doing it in one go where you're getting the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's like you rotate like a square. Like you could probably just start the sequence by going up for something
Yep.
like that, and then doing that as you go up.
Whoops. All right.
How could you? You were so close.
I know. Maybe I was on the right track. I don't know if I. There's
that
ways.
was somewhat right. Yeah, I think that was similar to what I did.
Yep. All right. I think we'll call it here. Make sure that we have enough time to look at everyone else's games. But overall, very interesting project. This is a graphical project made with Python. It wasn't made with Unity or any other kind of engine like that, which increases the complexity. You did use processing, of course, but we all know that making good graphics with processing is not necessarily the simplest thing to do. So, very good job. Nicely done.
Thank you.
So,
And it is open source. The reason I couldn't make the original one open source is because it has the Firebase key in it, and I don't want to show my Firebase key since it's used for many other projects.
Right. Okay. Very cool. All right. So we have 2 more submissions left, and then we're going to see if we can come back to Izzy D. Does anyone have her?
Yes.
I'm assuming it's her. Would you be able to share that screen in the Zoom chat? And when you share your window, just turn, it'll say share computer audio.
Okay, should I do that now?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that now. And I'm just going to click on this right here.
Share
I'll have it
sound.
open and you play the sound. We'll kind of do it like that. And it's just a song, right? There wasn't any, yeah.
Yep. Okay, can you see that?
Let's see.
Yeah.
I can. And let's
Okay,
see if we
let's-
can hear the audio.
Did that come through all right?
Yeah, I think it came
Yeah.
through all right. It may have been a little low, but we definitely heard it. I'm not sure. Can't stop thinking. I'm going to go back to her description.
Seems to be in just an original song production.
Mm-hmm.
Representing what generally comes to mind when I think on the theme. Okay. So it's a very, like, I guess, personal representation, kind of what's going on in her mind. It was kind of like a random song. There was a really cool thing with the drums that was going on, though. And, like, I don't know if it's going to come through if I'm just drumming on my desk with my microphone, but it was... Like it was kind of shuffly, like what was going on with the bass drum. Like I liked it. I'm a drummer, so I appreciate those things. I think if you're talking about Can't Stop, well, I get her theme was specifically Can't Stop Thinking, and like if you were to narrate this individual's life, maybe that's what's going on in their head on a day-to-day basis. But my first thought with Can't Stop would be to loop through. Put a loop on so it's just constantly playing, which would be akin to what you would always have in video games, right? You have a song and then they loop through them as long as you're within the same scene in a level, or same scene in the game.
Yeah, I
all right.
thought for a second there's a little bit that does like a little clap, clap, clap. And it almost sounds for a second like it's about to start looping, which is what I expected. And then it like changes, so...
Yeah, I actually made a song that was looped for the intro to one of the school hackathons in Hatch, but when I was playing everything together, it lagged in Hatch, and then all of the different instruments were out of time, and it didn't sound good. But all right, nice submission. I appreciate the original takes on the theme.
Yeah, very cool. I like the interpretation of the theme, and I've seen a lot of very cool projects, music themed in Hatch. So I like, seeing all sorts of submissions along that theme. So we have 2 more, you said?
Yeah, it looks like we just have 2 more submissions for Can't
Mhm.
Stop.
Yoshi
I've been
and
waiting
Buckra.
to see if anybody is going to get us flagged by putting Queen's Don't Stop Me Now in their games, but I don't think that's the case. That's what immediately went through my head as we're talking about personal in-mind narrations. But now we have Duckrat submission. Duckrat, I believe, was last week's winner and recognized what worked and doubled down on it because we have squirrel stick.
Oh my
I'm wondering
God.
when baker breadstick or bread baker stick, baker breadstick. I'm gonna. I think I shared it on the kidOYO Instagram account, but it may have been a story. It may not be there now. All right, Can't Stop Duckrat. Let's see what they got. You finished all 3 quests. Oh,
think he
all
did,
3
yeah.
quests. He still needs to work on punctuation. I think this was
I think this is the
critique
end
from
screen.
last week. I'm going to say punctuation and capitalization. Throwing me off. Let's see.
I think
You
this is
finished
the
all
end
3
I think
screen.
it's
quests.
the end screen.
Oh, is it? Did
Yeah,
I not
you
hit
need to-
run?
Yeah,
I thought this was maybe a continuation from like the previous game jams and it was just part of a bigger narrative. All right. Backstory. Start again. I was reading too slow. Backstory. Sometimes there are things you can't stop, philosopher dude, like me. Are you suggesting that I cannot stop everything? Well, I will prove you wrong then. Knights, get ready for a quest. Yes, sir.
Night scroll stick.
Knights, yeah.
And
Okay.
nightstick would actually be a play on words.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the facial
Very much
Expression on
it's very much a
I
Socratic.
also love how
philosopher.
incredibly smug the king is.
yeah.
Okay.
So far, yeah, I'm liking the story. I'm liking the graphics.
We had to get 3 things: the
Sky, land, and water.
sky, land, and water. Punctuations. Always remember, include the Oxford comma. You should always have the Oxford comma.
Okay.
I'll prove the philosopher wrong. Let's get the sky first. Get past all these birds, and we can see what we can do.
That is awesome.
I
is
was really kind of hoping that there'd be no birds and it'd just be clouds. I don't know why that's funny to me, but calling things by clearly the wrong name sometimes is funny. All right,
Okay.
I got. Oh, there weren't many birds. This is my place. No humans allowed. Wait, you can't be bypassing all my security, even those green birds. I guess you must be worthy. What exactly do you do? I think or want? I didn't see it. Sign this contract. Scribble, scribble. Okay. You'll see. Bye. Some plants. Some of these might be poisonous. Get to that portal. Okay. So these circles. Let's see.
Well, some
Red
It's
is
like the red
poisonous?
ones are
Some of them
poisonous. Yeah.
Yeah. Long rectangle. Can I go
Looks
over
like
the
you
top?
can
I think
skirt
you need
under
to
the
fit
bottom.
through. Yeah. Oh, that
Oh.
works too.
There you go.
Portal. I am the Monkey King. What business do you have here? Monkey business. Sign the contract. I'm not dumb. I see what that says. I'll add 500 bananas. Okay, but give me the bananas first. Okay, here. Now for the water. Collect bubbles for 30 seconds. Can't
Yeah,
go
it's like
5 seconds
the,
without a bubble. That's like Sonic or Super Mario.
Yeah.
Don't fail.
Is that no.
I like how the
Talking.
bubble tells you.
Okay.
I really, really like how there's actually a progression and you stay at the level that you've been at until you complete
no.
the challenge. Go for
And
it.
there are a lot of challenges.
You
it
lost.
seems
no.
like.
Oh, and
All
another
the-
one appeared to tell
All the
you
bubbles
failed.
are rubbing in my face that I can't breathe.
Yeah, just stay in the middle.
That's what you
that'll-
get for being a smug king.
Yeah. I think
Oh.
5 seconds at this movement speed might have been a little bit.
You got to survive 30
Ah.
seconds. Down.
Low.
All right, just try to stay in the middle. It's
I
probably the
wonder if
best
it's
way.
additive. Like, do I just need to collect 30 divided by 5, 6, and then I'm good? And like, I can just survive? You know what I mean?
Mm,
It might just. I feel like it could. Oh no. Get it.
I'm just gonna see if I've like sustained
No.
myself a little bit.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
I think you
boss,
failed
finished
at
all
the
3
same
quests.
Okay.
I love the story of that. I loved how there's actually a good amount of gameplay, and that felt actually like a complete project there. Very, very cool.
Definitely, yeah,
Though-
definitely a complete project.
I'm a bit lost on the implementation to the theme. I guess it can't stop me from getting everything.
Yeah,
I
I
think the
think
philosopher
so.
dude said that
Oh,
you
no.
can't stop him, or you can't
Oh.
stop everything, and you're trying to stop everything. Something like that.
Also, each game is kind of, well, I forget what the second game was. Each game is kind of don't stop themes. Like there, you were moving forward continuously, and you had to go up and down. You couldn't stop.
Mhm.
The bubbles, you had to like keep collecting bubbles, or else you drown. I don't remember what the second game was. My attention span is not that long.
I believe the second was the mushrooms, the poisonous plants.
Yeah, okay. At this point, you can stop.
Yeah.
So two of 3, the games are themed, but yeah, you can't stop the philosopher. I guess Socrates.
That's cool. I again, the assets are really like well made for the theme.
And I
Almost
think-
like the
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very humorous. I like the okay, but give me the bananas first.
yeah,
That's funny.
not maybe
Oh,
the
got
theme,
it.
but the style.
And I love how smug the king is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, owned.
Oh no! I swear I got to the.
Failed.
Okay. I must have like 3 lives or something.
I also love how the bubbles themselves tell you
1,
that you failed.
2, 3, 4,
Yeah. The bubblers are
One,
like, you didn't get me.
3, 4. I'm implementing a return to center strategy. I hope the timeout's reasonable. Like, is it just gonna kill me like without having the chance to actually get them? You know what I mean?
You
Oh,
did it.
okay. Finish all 3 quests, even though you can.
You.
I'll
your
read through it.
kingdom has
You-
gone wild.
So the
With no king to
philosopher-
keep them under control, so the philosopher was right to think that you cannot control everything. All
So
right.
it was a bad ending, and this squirrel stick looking
Bad for the
timid as
king.
always.
Well, bad for the king, I guess.
Yeah.
Good for the philosopher, right? What does the philosopher say? Sometimes there are
What does
things
this
that you can't
philosopher
stop, like me. Well, what was the philosopher doing?
Nothing. He's a really smug king. Oh, and
Can't
there's the
stop him
stick.
from thinking, I
Yeah.
suppose. All right. I like it. There's definitely like what I really like to see is that there's improvements over the weeks. There's definitely been critiques we've made in previous weeks that I think we made critiques that the gameplay wasn't varied enough in the games produced, or that they weren't long enough. And I've definitely seen improvement on that front.
Very cool.
And yeah, these sprites are fantastic.
I have
I
little
just want to
complaints.
show some brief things that can be changed. I don't want to expose code, but I can show this is like an image that was uploaded, and I just want to show there's this transparent layer here, but it's not transparent. It's the image that represents transparency. And for anybody who's like starting out with Scratch or Hatch, you can always use the erase tool and kind of dig in here. Whoops, got to make the eraser smaller, and you can fix things that way. So if I zoom in, and mentors can look into people's codes. That I'm not actually changing his code. You can do this if you're in vector mode. Sometimes this happens where it alters the rest. So you might want to convert to bitmap mode first,
Or you could edit this in a third-party program.
or you can edit.
Might
Yeah,
be.
which would be my suggestion because they're going to give you tools that are better. Or that was a mistake. If you wanted to,
Internet.
you can actually draw over this pretty easily. So like if you use the circle tool, you can start actually just copying this just by using that, using like a line. Whoops. The line tool. And then adjusting adjusting with this spline tool, or I forget what we call this. But yeah, so there's a couple of ways you can improve some things like that. But overall, I thought it was great. I enjoyed playing it. Pretty fun. So that was Duckrat's submission. And lastly, we have Yoshi. Oh, I already downloaded this. Is everyone still with me? Zoom went silent. Need to make sure.
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. We had the audio issue before. I have that open, so I'm just going to get to that right now. All right, so it looks like this may have been a Unity game. Yes. Endless. Okay, got to tell Windows to let me run it. And then once I have it, you guys can see. Just in case this is really loud on everyone else's end, I'm going to try to lower the volume slightly. All right. I'm going to try to lower that volume so it's not too loud. I don't have the window shown just yet. The music seems to be not too consistent. There we go. Lower that volume. I don't know if that's just me in my streaming, but we'll see. Oh, and they have volume control. Interesting. All right, so I'm going to make sure I can share this out to everybody right now. So I had a little bit of setup there. So let's get that added. Okay. Let's transition that. Cool. Go back and let's play. Oh, okay. It's one of these games. I'm not very good at them. Was that the Fortnite sound? Did anyone hear that?
Playing the game?
Yeah, currently
Yeah,
it's
you're
frozen
frozen.
for us.
Oh, that is strange. Yeah, I'm playing. I'm gonna stop that, and I'm gonna let me try to change this real quick. I'm gonna add this in a different way as a different source. Let's see.
Yep, I believe also it was frozen for the stream, and we could not hear the volume.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's check this out. Oh, is this? I'm gonna let I want to make sure the stream isn't frozen. I might just have to go display capture on this one. All right, I think I have it. Can everyone see this now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. And I'm just
Yes.
going to crop that a little bit. Cool. Okay. I don't know if the speed is changing at times or it's just the pattern on the ball, but like sometimes it appears like it's moving slower. And yeah, can you guys hear the volume?
No.
I don't think I have the volume routed through
Is this
through our
randomly
chat.
generated? Or
I don't think it is. Whoa.
you can
I don't know
jump
what
too?
I don't know. I don't know what the controls are. I should have read the directions. Wonder if down is jump or double up. I think I bumped. I thought I bumped into something. Yeah,
I think it's like random
is
from
the
a
speed getting
from
faster?
a selection of levels or something.
it is getting faster.
Maybe it's repeating. I feel like.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
Oh wow, that's
a nice-
I
interesting.
like the physics there. Yeah.
Oh wait, there we go.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
Oh, well, you fell off.
prototype 1 by 1 meter. Hold on, what was? I want to look at what the side of the block says again.
I believe that's a very common Unity skin. You can just do prototype. I've
Okay.
used it before.
If you run into the small like barricades in front of you right now,
Do they crumble?
yeah, I want to just see. Very, very cool.
That's a nice, yeah, that's a nice particle effect. Or not really even a particle effect, it's just physics.
Yeah, very cool. I like the implementation of the theme. I think it's very high quality, infinite runner game, or at least I assume this is infinite.
I tried to be too fancy.
And I like the physics simulations. Very, very cool.
Yeah, I like this game. It's obviously a style of game that a lot of people play on their phones, most often on their phones. There was something interesting that I saw before, and that was like I pressed to the right, and it like eventually like it's moving to the right, and then it's slowly you accelerate. There's a drag force that limits your speed in the left and right directions, and it just randomly jumped there. Yeah, I think that was the same time it happened last time. I didn't hit anything. I wonder if like.
Maybe there's a slight misalignment of.
Yeah, I
the
think there's a
loop.
slight misalignment, and it's just like a bump.
Yeah, maybe it's like sloped downwards, so like the physics keeps it accelerating or something. I don't know. And like then that person just didn't align it properly. So I don't know.
Okay, I know it's pretty frustrating watching me play games. Yeah, see, I pressed to the right; it's not falling off. It's going there, but it doesn't quite get there.
So I guess falling off
Right on
really
the
isn't
edge.
your worry. It's just avoiding obstacles.
No, it is, because if you go with too much speed, you will.
Okay.
It's just that like there's a drag force, so like you're limited. Like it'll slow you down. But yeah, overall cool. I think it would have been cool to have a more randomly generate things. Maybe move that timer up slightly higher. It seems like it's maybe using like the golden rule, doing like, roughly 1/3 from the top or something, but maybe just a little higher. Golden ratio, not the golden rule. That's a different thing. Overall, pretty good. What does everyone think? Any final comments they'd like to make before we wrap this up? Ooh.
This is I feel like it's a pretty good concept for like an infinite style game, except maybe some randomly generated obstacles. Because from what I'm seeing, like it's like the same obstacles in the same order, like repeat every once in a while.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's on a solid repetition.
Yeah, nothing really new from what I said before. Very, very cool implementation. I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and once again, these games are created within a week. So this is pretty solid. And at this point, I think I'm just playing it because I like playing it. All right, I think it's time to start looking into awarding winners. So I am going to, let's be honest, I'm probably going to end up dying in a second anyway. But so we only had one student mentor submit. There we go. Told you. We only had one student mentor submit today, I believe, this week. That was, I didn't reshare this. Interesting. And I believe that was That's why I'm still in display capture. Sorry about that. Let me fix that. Better. Okay. So that was AN7019, otherwise known as Ankur. You were the only student mentor submission this week, but regardless of that, you made a very cool game, very interesting, especially that it is linked to Firebase. I think one of the coolest features of your game is the sign-in feature,
Mhm.
the login feature. Ignoring this error, the login feature, which do I remember it? Yeah. ZQUE, boom. Yeah, that's really cool. And now if I look at the levels, it shows that I passed this one. I don't know. It shows that I didn't pass the others. Maybe there's a bug there.
I think you might have just not logged in again once, because if you hit
Oh,
run,
yeah.
log in again. You should be able
I
to
ran it.
navigate back to the menu from every screen.
Yeah, I have a bad tendency of just rerunning code. Yeah, excellently done. Uses databases, uses login through different credentials. Very cool. Congratulations on this week's win. Looking forward to seeing you submit to later code conquests. Not code conquests, later game jams.
Thank you.
And now for the winner of the Can't Stop Game Jam. Does anybody have any final thoughts before I announce the winner?
I feel like this is going to be pretty hard, a little bit difficult.
Are we
Sure.
deciding, or are you like, can we weigh in?
Technically, I always decide, but I like to weigh different opinions.
So I'm almost weighing in my head, like, all the submissions were really cool. The ones that I think were like the coolest were the infinite Unity scroller that we just saw, and the point with the acceleration. I felt was like really stand out.
I would agree with the point and the acceleration. That one was really cool, along with the Unity one. But I think the point acceleration, if I was to choose, would be my choice.
I believe
Was
that's
that this first one?
Sad Cats.
This is the wrong. Sad Cats.
I might be wrong though.
I love Sad Cat's avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Sad Cats. All right, we had some excellent submissions. We had the Geometry Dash like game from Fun Team IO. We had this game right here from Sad Cats. We just looked at that Unity game, and then we had, of course, Duck Rats with the excellent avatars. This is a very tough one to judge. But I'm gonna have to go ahead, and I'm actually leaning on Sad Cat submission. This game right here is a unique take on the game. I think there's a lot of cool features to it, and I haven't seen any submission like this. We've done Unity ball scrollers before. We've done kind of infinite, dinosaur game type games before. We haven't done any quite like this, where you're almost like juggling in a way, but you have to keep your velocity. And if I'm not mistaken, we can go to the actual page, and there's extensive documentation. Yeah, overall solid game. New, different take on this that we haven't seen before. So those are our winners. We have Hi Sad Cats and Ankur, aka AN7019. Congratulations on the win, everybody. So at this point, I'm just going to hide this real quick. So we have next week's Game Jam theme coming up. Let me just see if I can dig through and find it. All right. So next week's game jam is going to be, and I don't see it listed here, so I'm just going to announce it without showing it. Next week's game jam theme is more is less. So we're going to post that on the wall. And I'm going to go ahead and show that right now. Game jam theme, more is less. And there we have it. This is the end of this week's Dark Mode. Join next week. We're going to have a bunch of different segments, different lessons going on. And of course, we will have the game jam for next week. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us, and for the student mentors joining me today to evaluate the games and go over the tech talk. We'll see everybody next week.